Cardiac action potential. We have a phase 4, 0, 1, 2 and 3. In phase 4, the resting membrane potential of the cardiac myocyte is maintained at minus 85 millivolts by the potassium ions, and hence the RMP is also known as the potassium equilibrium potential. Phase 0 is known as the phase of depolarization, where we have influx of the sodium ions, which causes membrane potential to shift from minus 85 millivolts. Now, once the membrane potential of the cardiac myocyte has reached 20 millivolts, this marks the end of phase 0 and the sodium ion channels close. In phase 1, we have efflux of the potassium ions. This is known as initial repolarization. After a brief initial repolarization phase, the phase 2 of cardiac action potential marks the influx of the calcium ions as well as the efflux of the potassium ions. This is known as the plateau phase, followed by rapid repolarization, which is the phase 3. So, in phase 3, potassium ions continue moving out from the phase 2. Only the calcium ions that had been influxing and moving inside the cardiac myocyte close. So, phase 3 is simply potassium ions moving out. This permits the potassium ions to rapidly exit the cell, ending the plateau and return the cell membrane potential to its original resting membrane potential, which is at minus 85 millivolts, and then the cycle continues. Due to the plateau phase, we have something unique to the cardiac myocyte, which is known as the effective refractory period of 200 milliseconds. Simply means that during a cardiac cycle, if a myocyte receives another stimulus, it will not be tetanized and the stimulus will not be conducted due to the effective refractory period.